Alright, we are back in the right game mode this time. And it's going to be Sloth Your Mom on the left and GG Gaming on the right. Is that correct? Okay. And we have a Hecarim ban going down. No love for the pony today. Followed by a Twisted Fate ban. Thresh and Shen are the next on the chopping block. Followed by Ezreal, possibly a targeted ban. Or maybe they just hate the blue build.
I'm gonna say they hate the blue build.
I hate it too, I don't blame them. They're just going, no Ezreal nonsense. Malphite will be the last ban, and up first pick, Blitzcrank from Ziphos88. On the side of GG Gaming, Placebo Fang locks in Rengar. What do you think about first pet Blitzcrank?
I think it's a solid thing. They banned Thresh, so they automatically wanted to be able to pick up the nice grab as well. They still wanted to be able to have it, even though they did ban the Thresh.
Overall, I think that the way most games go is that if you can ban either Blitzcrank or Thresh and kind of force the other team to ban that unless you want to play it. But instead they went the route of banning Ezreal, and looks like they were to pick Blitzcrank up as a result because the other team wanted to ban presumably more powerful champions out, like TF and Shen and Malphite. So I like that GG Gaming is kind of countering, because if Blitzcrank grabs Alistar, that's an extremely bad thing for your team.
And because Alistar, he has so much CC, he has his Pulverize and he has his Headbutt, and it's just going to be a fun lane if he is able to block the pulls.
It saves him the trouble of going into combo.
And we do see Malzahar and Lee Sin being picked up by Sloth Your Mom.
And almost immediately, Draven and Sejuani come out on the side of GG Gaming. What do you think about this Malzahar in mid?
I've seen some pretty good Malzahars. Just overall, just playing normals and stuff, and he has some really, really good early burst game when played right. I haven't seen him scale too well late game, but as long as he has the team to back him up so he can get those suppressions off, I think he'll do really good. Against their team, he's just really going to have to place that silence almost perfectly to just counter.
Very true. That's also a very good point about he needs a lot of crowd control from his team to maximize his abilities, make sure that they can force the enemy team to stand in that null zone of his, so that they can take lots of health percentage damage per second. But I'm not sure if Teemo is the right guy to do that. They don't have a lot of crowd control on the side of Sloth Your Mom. I think they're just picking Teemo to kind of send top against that Rengar and hopefully try to counter him a little bit. Now, I do like this Lux pick, because Lux with her shield can negate a lot of the damage that Malzahar would be doing with his Malefic Visions. It is a dot, so it will pretty much get eaten up by the shield almost entirely, so that's a very smart pick from GG Gaming to counter that Malzahar.
Also, Lux is just a pure bully in lane. She has so much CC for an early level champion compared to anyone mid laner besides Morgana, and she's just able to burst people down. She's able to pick up good CS because of her passive, and she can just push anyone out of a lane.
Very true. She's going to have her work cut out for her because Malzahar is one of the better pushers in the game. It's all going to come down to just who can clear those creep waves the fastest and whose jungler can catch them out of position better. How do you feel about the remade Sejuani?
And I don't play Sejuani, but I have been in games with a Sejuani lately, and I feel like she is a lot better. She has a lot better initiations. Just overall, she has better jungle clear time from what I've seen, and I don't know, her visual remake kind of got me too, because I'm in love with like female armor. Iron Stylus is my hero, and I just was overall happy about it. The same with Trundle.
Yeah, I can't say that I've played either champion ever, to be honest, but the new Sejuani definitely seems a lot better than she was, but I'm still not quite sold. A lot of people just can't really use her too well. I mean, I play a lot of ranked, and every time I see a Sejuani roll up and just miss her ultimate, it just, gets my blood going.
I mean, it's a very, very good initiation. It's good for any part of the fight. If she comes in early, it's a good lock on to all the champions and then follow up with the entire team doing damage. And it's a good thing middle of a fight when she can just do that and then the team just burst again. And for like later in a fight, if she's catching off like two people who have escaped a fight, which is going to be possible in the terms of Lee Sin and Caitlyn in this game, I just see it being executed really well. If she times them perfectly and gets the Alistar, not the Alistar, the Alistar like headbutt and his pulverize off well, it's just going to be amazing. And with that Lux ult coming in, it's just going to be slightly devastating.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of crowd control and high burst damage with, as you said, that Lux ult. But not only that, they also have Rengar, who is pretty much nothing but burst damage.
And the Draven ult as well. So they have a lot of ults that just go traveling for days.
That's true. Flip side here for Sloth Your Mom, I'm not. I think that their team is trying to do too many things. It just doesn't seem very cohesive at this point. They got that lead jungler, and he's very flexible jungler, but when it comes down to team fights, I'm not sure that they can really hold their own. All they're going to be relying on is that Blitzcrank to pull someone and hope that it's not an Alistair, and that they can blow him up before the rest of the team jumps on him. I think that it would be in Sloth's best interest to try and prolong that laning phase as long as possible, because that's what characters like Malzahar, Caitlyn, and Teemo are all best at. They're very good in lane. But once it comes to team fights, it's going to be very dangerous for Team Sloth Your Mom, I believe.
You were mentioning the Alistar getting pulled the most. I think they honestly have to worry about pulling anybody on the enemy team, because if they get if they pull Sejuani can just come in, and again, she has all of that CC. The most they can do is to hope to pull a Lux and then go from there, or pull Draven. That's going to have to be their targeted pulls.
Yeah, that Lux or Draven are the people that they're going to have to target with those blitz grabs. And as the summoners load into the game, it's the time of the league, the LoL Tourney's fashion report. That thing we like to do, make fun of your summoner skins. And on the side of Sloth Your Mom, it is Muay Thai Lee Sin, the only person. Oh wait, nope, we got a Panda Teemo, looking like a drunken panda. It's Teemo and a Muay Thai Lee Sin. The rest of these guys obviously had to donate so that their two team members could afford to buy skins. We have Unchained Alice here. That doesn't count because it's a free skin. Gladiator Draven did not pick the best skin in the game, which was the other Draven. I forget what it's called, but it's awesome. and we just have baseline everybody else. Soul Reaver, that's what it is.
Soul
He's
Reaver
so
Draven
edgy.
is what I bought. I get it. Sorry. I enjoy puns too much. Way too much. It's why I love watching Freak. And even when he's streaming, he does puns of damage. But no, I'm absolutely in love with the Panda Teemo skin to the point where I'm at PAX East next year. I may be cosplaying Panda Teemo because it's just downright adorable.
It's just like a little panda suit. What's he got on his back?
It's like a little assortment of Teemo's deadly things, because as we know in Teemo's lore, as soon as he sees blood on the battlefield, he goes into rampage mode. That's actually Teemo.
Oh. You go. What's rampage mode? He just ignores your team and split pushes a tower?
Well, in terms of the lore, it was essentially as soon as he saw blood, he would just like go ham on people, and I think that's pretty much what a Teemo does.
I don't know. I can't say I've ever considered the lore in this game. I kind of stopped when I stopped caring about lore. That is when I read Rammus's lore, and it was like he was an armadillo that like discovered a hedge mage, and then he found this orb which granted him sentience. I was like, this is stupid. And then just kind
some of the lore is pretty weird in this game, but I like what they've been doing lately with having faction lore, which I think is really nice. Like how they started with the Shadow Isles when Elise happened, I thought was very, very awesome. And how they did all the remakes for lores for Evelyn and Karthus is when I started getting back into lore, because I used to read.
But I hate to interrupt you, but we could have some level 1 action here. A war gets placed down by Nagrafire. Oh my god, the Sonic Strike almost hit somebody.
Misses.
Yeah. Both teams are kind of just...
They do know where each other are right now, though.
Very true.
This is very dangerous. So far, it looks like Purple Team is going to back off a bit and try to be as safe as possible, because Blitzcrank does have that grab. And if he pulls anyone, it's going to be devastating for First Blood.
That it will. I think that Team GG Gaming was anticipating the level 1 invade from a team with Blitzcrank. So it's good that they were all there and ready, waiting to see if someone tried it. Anyway, it looks like both teams will be jungling off without a hitch. Good start given to GG Gaming's Germanorum by the rest of his team. And similarly, Ganodermic also getting a good start from his team. His bot lane's going to stick around. They're going to kill that red buff for him. But Malzahar is going to be a tad late to lane. Let's see if that turns out to be too much of an advantage for TXC on Lux, because she's going to hit level 2.
She's going to have that level faster, and that might just be an additive to the bully that she is in a lane.
Very true.
And we do have up top. It was looking very fun. I'm zooming up there because I love Rengar and I dislike Teemo, but I love Teemo kind of like everyone does. But he's doing the casual jump to minion, and is pushing very well so far.
Kind of have a love-hate relationship with Teemo. Yeah, that's extremely strong play just in top lane because of the close proximity of those bushes. Rengar can just abuse those to get easy last hits and kind of push the lane and get lots of damage out on the enemy laner with his insane mobility from those bushes. Out in mid, it looks like Venom is pushing hard on TXC despite having a slight level disadvantage, but that's all been taken care of now, because Venom is now a level ahead of TXC. Just shoving the lane hard with his Voidlings and Malefic Visions. Even though he's much more behind in CS, he's going to have to work on that. Similarly, in bottom lane, we have Crown on Draven, pushing hard onto this Caitlyn, just using those whirling axes to get lots of damage in on those minions, get those last hits. Harass a little bit if possible.
And Blitzcrank does pull a minion. He needs. I hate to say this, but I dislike seeing Blitzcranks only because I feel bad when they do grab a minion because I feel like there
Yep.
could have been so much more time and effort put in to try to get the champion instead. So trying to pull the Draven, just a little more caution. You don't want to be that person who wastes mana on minions.
No, you definitely don't. And I'm sure that your team will punish you for it.
I mean, Caitlyn is already less than half health right now.
Yeah, that harass from Draven just adds up. Whirling axes deal a lot of damage.
And that blood.
Oh, a grab
He
onto
is able to
Alistair.
pull
This could be very
Alistair,
bad.
and he is pulling off.
And the
He's gonna
flash
go
of
down
first
for
blood goes
first
to
blood.
Caitlyn. And it might be second blood too. Crown will also go down to Caitlyn.
And he's not
That
gonna
barrier
pick,
tries
and
to
he does
survive.
pick
Oh,
up the
with the-
Caitlyn.
The passive from those whirling axes.
That bleed is just amazing.
That's right. She just goes right down to him. It's a trade, but it's in favor of Caitlyn because she did get that double kill. She's going to use all that money to pick up another Doran's Blade, some boots, and a longsword. Draven, however, is going to be returning to lane with a Vampiric Scepter, a Doran's Blade, and some boots. And out mid here, Venom is in trouble as Germanorum is on him. Ganodermic comes to his aid, and now Germanorum is in trouble. That Malefic Visions and Ignite ticks down on him, but TXC comes by with a clutch shield, manages to save her teammate by shielding and rooting Ganodermic. So, we have some nice action in this early game. TXC lands a light binding onto 341, but Ganodermic is still teammate. There will be no blood for TXC. And up top, it looks like East Toast on Teemo is pushing pretty hard. We take a look at their CS. He's pretty much dead even with this Rengar. They've both been playing extremely well. Kind of not giving each other an opening to get ganked. They're playing very cautiously up in this top lane. But Germanorum is in the area, and I believe he wants to facilitate a gank. But he's only level 3 right now, and both of their top laners are level 6.
That poison on Teemo is just so annoying for a lane because he hits you like once or twice and you just slowly lose the health.
That's true.
Sejuani's gonna come in just to be able to pick up level 4 from a minion. Well, just from experience lane, and Rengar's just gonna farm as much as possible, and Teemo might be backing.
Yeah, Sejuani is very behind right now. She's only level 4. If we take a look at her, at the enemy jungler, that Lee Sin, he's level 5 right now, and getting close to level 6. And speaking of getting close, he's coming in for a gank on this top lane, and Placebo Fang has no wards. He's not going to see this until it's too late. He's going to land that resonating strike, but flash and a jump from Placebo Fang will ensure his safety.
And he's gonna back for safety and possibly pick up more items to do better harassment, since he's had none so far.
Yeah,
and
pretty
he is
much.
going for the beginning bilge water. Going for the cutlets.
Yeah, he's just going for that burst damage early on.
Lee Sin
active.
taking minion tax.
And all of the minion tax. Germanorum will take his own blue and not donate it to TXC. And it looks like Ganodermic is trying to get some damage on that tower pretty early. They want to... It seems like they want to shove top as early as possible. And just have that laning advantage where Teemo can just continue to shove that top lane while the rest of the lanes also receive pressure. Xiphos will whiff another grab and grab a minion instead. But as we saw earlier, when you grab someone in Blitzcrank, they're almost pretty much guaranteed to die. Lots of good Draven play here from Crown 2. Seeing he's very good at catching his axes.
Lead. He does have really good CS. He does have that. He is just amazing with those axes.
Germanorum going in on the Venom 341. He's being slowed, but here comes Ganodermic to save him. The Void Stare is going to go down on German Orb,
Oh
but
my
Lux is
God,
going to pick up
let's
the kill
ult.
with her ultimate. Oh, but Ganodermic is on her. She could be in trouble here. Is she going to flash? Yes, she will. She will escape. Now, this is an interesting summoner choice from Ganodermic. He's got that Ignite and Smite instead of Flash. So he's going straight for damage on that Lee Sin. He wants to secure kills.
The Caitlyn ult did come out bot, and it's gonna go to nothing. It did not kill the Draven.
Oh, that's always frustrating when you see Caitlyn ult not finishing someone off.
Alistar did go to block it, but he did miss the block, but it just wasn't enough damage to finish him off.
Uh-huh. Well, at least it forces him out of lane and allows Chamond to get some just free farm time, which I think they're just going to use to push the minion wave to tower, maybe make Draven lose some experience and back out and buy. If we take a look at the gold right now, it's dead even for both teams, at 11.7k for both. Ganodermic purchases a Wriggles Lantern, opting to complete the Madrid's Razors and take them to their terminal point instead of just sitting on them. Big action up top. East Toast going down to Placebo Fang. Lots of damage going in onto him. But the trade is looking a little more even now as the Teemo poison ticks down on him. Teemo has a slight item advantage with that Haunting Guise over the Bilgewater Cutlass. Up top here, German Orm is moving into position for a lane gank, as a matter of fact. She has finally hit 6, so she does have her ultimate, and looks like she wants to use it on that Teemo. And Ganodermic gets caught out here by Nagrafire as he desperately tries to keep that Lee Sin off of him. The Resonating Strike will miss, and Ganodermic is going to have to go back home empty-handed. Looks like Ganodermic is trying to make something happen near Dragon here, but Nagrafire just wants to ward it and make sure that it's clear of enemy wards. Could be kind of dangerous. I really think that Team Sloth is going to try and force a Dragon fight soon. They definitely should do that with the amount of lane push that they have. They can just push it to tower and then hope that they can clear the Dragon fast enough before the enemy team knows what's going on. But I think he's going to back off and try to make something happen mid instead. TXC is a little bit overextended. She could be in trouble. She could get caught out by that Nether Grasp. And I think that she jukes the Resonating Strike, but does get Nether Grasp, but it's under tower and she's not going to do anything. And here's the ultimate from German Orm, and now they're in trouble.
Lux catching the ult as well, being able to pick up Lee, and will she pick up Malzahar for sure? Are we going for it?
Yes, this is going to be a double kill. Or actually, they're just going to trade off kills. German Orm picked up Malzahar, but TXC got Lee Sin with that ultimate. Overall, not a very good turn of events for Team Sloth Your Mom. They're going to have to reevaluate their position as a result of that last exchange. Oh, and Crown gets grabbed by Blitzcrank, taking lots of damage under tower. He gets exhausted. He's forced to pop his barrier, but he will escape thanks to the efforts of his teammate Nagrafire. And once again, Crown 2 is forced out of lane by the intense damage of that Caitlyn Blitzcrank combo. And that'll give Caitlyn some breathing room because she is behind in CS by about 20. And Nagrafire is also in trouble. He gets pushed, silenced, or he gets grabbed and silenced. But German Orm is on the scene, ready to defend her teammate. She really does. Malzahar has mainly been concentrating on pushing the lane with those Malefic Visions, getting a little bit of damage on that tower, but It's
Being very, very tasty. Has been ignited by Rengar, and Rengar is going to pick up the kill.
oh, up top. Oh, woo. Yeah, we missed that. But yes, let's take a look here at the CS of each laner. Lux has a lead. Big lead on Malzahar in terms of CS, as we mentioned previously. Lee Sin has been farming a little bit better than that. Sejuani also has a lead on her in the jungle. Rengar has been kind of winning the CS battle up top, and he also got the kill onto Teemo just now. And Ganodermic thinks that he can go toe-to-toe with a Rengar that is 4 levels above him, but he's definitely going to have to back off as a result of that realization.
Lux also does have the level advantage over Malzahar, which is something that I wanted to bring up because she does have that bully lane. She is able to CS better and just overall pick up more experience.
That's right. And Malzahar, I think he's trying to push the lane too aggressively. He's not focusing on those last hits. And right now he just doesn't have the damage to go toe-to-toe with that Lux. It's going to be very dangerous for him right now. As we speak, that Lux ult could finish him off at any moment, but now TXC's in trouble, and there's the Lux ult to finish her off. The barrier will protect her from those minions.
She is going to get ganked by Lee Sin. Can she escape? Yes, yes. The Ignite doesn't go off.
Oh! The final barrier protecting her from... I mean, the final tick of her shield protecting her from any would-be damage after the Dragon Kick is not enough to finish her off.
That was most definitely the most beautifully executed escape and survival I've ever seen, hands down.
Big props to TXC on Lux for that expert play. And now up top we've got a Mushroom Forest from East Host. And he's just waiting for people to step right onto it.
And Rengar just only has one ward, but he hasn't put any out yet.
Not at all. And here we go, Placebo Fang going in on the East Coast. Here comes German Orem ready to capitalize on this. She's going to throw out the stun, but it's only going to slow East Coast. And they're going to dive? Yeah, they're going to dive.
And they're
East
going
Coast
to
is going down. But here comes Ganodermic.
Pick up the Lee Sin.
He might be able, he's going to try. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, though.
And the strike misses. He is slowed, and he's looking very tasty once again. Ignite on him, and Sejuani's going to pick up the kill.
Yeah, he came in to save his teammate Teemo, but it only ended up getting him killed. Now, I do like what's going on bottom here. We've got the Ziphos on Blitzcrank, and he's positioning himself right beneath those Caitlyn traps, so if he does grab someone, they're immediately going to get trapped. Very good positioning on his behalf.
On top of him being able to knock up as well, so it's just a whole bunch of CC pain waiting to happen. And once that pain comes, the pain train don't stop.
No, it doesn't. That Draven train don't stop. So over here, German Orm has just completed his Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and he's also followed it up with Ninja Tabby. Kind of an interesting choice. I'd actually, against this team, kind of go for Merc Treads just because they have a Teemo, and they also have that Malzahar. You don't want to get silenced, you don't want to get slowed by the Teemo. And they don't have a lot of physical damage. It's mostly going to be AP coming from that Malzahar and Teemo, so...
USC Blitzcrank trying to grab again. He's missed two of his last grabs from what I've been watching bot.
Yeah.
And mid, we do have the suppress going off onto Lux. She's ignited and he flashes away from the damage, picking up the kill on Lux.
Very good play there from Venom. Just very good reflexes to flash out.
And Lee Sin's gonna come in bot.
Yeah, we've got a lot of action bot here. The exhaust goes down on the crown too. He's going very low. He throws out his ult in desperation. Placebo Fang somehow manages to pick up Teemo in the middle of all that. And now Draven will go down to Lee Sin. Now Nagrofire's in trouble. That unstoppable force keeping him alive. He headbutts Blitzcrank away, but he's going to go down. The ace in the hole. As this bottom tower looks like it's going to be picked up soon by Team Sloth here. Up in mid, German Orem kind of pounds Malzahar's face in with that that big mace of hers for another kill. And that turret's going to go down to Team Sloth.
So we see the first turret go down. Gold is just almost even. Not enough, but we do have a 5 to 10 score.
Yeah, and Placebo Fang up top is going to equalize that turret kill with one of his own. And the maps are looking pretty much asymmetrical at this point. TXT is going to grab that blue buff. We take a look at her items. She's completed her Athene's Holy Grail. Definitely a core item on Lux. You always want it for the mana regen and the cooldown reduction. Just a great item to have on Lux. Up top, Rengar is 3-0, and he's completed that Blade of the Ruined King. He's also got those Merc Treads. And another Vampiric Scepter. He's going to be very difficult to take down. Out in bottom here, we've got Nagrafire just warding up his lane very well. Got lots of vision from all entrances.
He did pick up that Ruby Sightstone, so he does have enough wards to dish out and be able to get all of the sight he needs. As a support player main, that's probably one of the most focused items you get, followed by Philostone, and he is executing it well for just about 20 minutes in.
That
he still has his biscuit. Mid is currently being pounded on. Light Binding goes out, misses, but she is able to slow.
Yeah, these junglers are really spending a lot of time mid. That's kind of been the focus of their concentration so far. And Germanorum's coming around from behind. Ganodermic could be in trouble here as he's going to get CC'd. He's going to get Nether Grasp, and Lux will land her E onto both parties, and wow, just a lot of damage going down from that.
Has gone out.
Yep. And Rengar's on the scene.
And Rengar picks up the Lee Sin. That fight turned around very, very easily. And they are going to go pick up the dragon.
That they will. Placebo Fire starts up on that dragon. And this one is definitely going to go to Team GG. Zephos. Oh, Chamand gets that build-over Peacemaker right onto Nagrafire.
Whew.
As the dragon will go down to Sejuani. But here comes Placebo Fang. He's fed, and he's dangerous, and he is going to do everything he can to kill that Zephos. But no, he's going to turn out to Chamand. And they dodge that Yordle trap. Here comes Draven, and he's just doesn't have enough damage to finish off Zephos. They're both going to get away.
Did ult, but he ulted at such an angle that when it came back for the rebound, it did not hit him for a second time. And was not able to do enough damage to pick him up. And Rengar kind of just loosened his grasp on what would have been a kill had he had follow-up from Alistar or Sejuani earlier on.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate to see. I don't think he had any way to get to Blitzcrank, though. There was no way for him to close that gap. So up top here, Placebo Fang has lost his tower. Teemo doing what he does best, just push and lane all day. Split or when the enemy laner's there. Don't matter to a Teemo. And up in mid here, I definitely think that Team GG on the purple side is going to be trying to take that mid tower as soon as possible. They've got it down to about half health, and I think that if they can grab that mid tower, it will put them in a good position to follow it up by taking bottom. They've been pushing hard all game, and actually I think they're just going to take bottom first, looks like. Draven just going hard on it.
We are going to see that bot tower fall really, really soon, and so far we see mid being bullied once again. Just being taunted by the sight of Sejuani shoves Venom back just a little bit. And so far, from that Lux bully lane, she's been able to pick up so much more AP than Malzahar. I think she's currently standing at some 200, where she is currently 235 AP to his 141, and is just able to bully with that infinite mana from that.
And up top, Placebo Fang will pick up another kill on East Host there. And Necrofire's is going to get grabbed by Xiphos. He's going to pop that Unstoppable Force, taking a little less damage, but he's still going to go down to Chamond, as she will auto-attack him for the kill. Crown, where were you, buddy? Wants to avenge his teammate. Here comes Lux on the scene. Chamond looks to be in trouble, but she might get the kill onto Crown. But here's Lux, dealing massive damage to Chamond. With the combination of the Lux ult and the Draven ult, they're going to take him down. Big damage going on to Ganodermic as well. I think she's going to take him as well. And here comes Malzahar. It just never ends. Everyone just throwing their hat into the ring.
And so far we see the inhibitor tower for top lane going down from Sejuani and Rengar. That's a 24-minute inhibitor tower.
Yep. Meanwhile, at
Sejuani
Rengar
is going boar on Teemo's face right now. And is she going to be able to pick up the kill? The red buff is going to be able to pick it up. And Blitzcrank just misses the grab.
Yeah, did you see up top, Rengar managed to step onto a mushroom, I believe, and that was the end of him.
As well as Lux going down to what I missed was the Malzahar kill.
Yeah, it's looking kind of one-sided on the side of GG Gaming here. They've been shoving all of the lanes pretty hard. They've got a 5k gold advantage right now, but that big win, as you said, is that 24-minute inhibitor tower. That just means that any one of them can come over to that inhibitor and immediately force a split push from Sloth Your Mom. They're going to have to send someone back to deal with it. Crown 2 going mano a mano with that bottom turret, finally taking it down.
And we do see Caitlyn hammering down fast on this mid tower, and it is going to go down, no matter how much Sejuani tries to protect it.
But Placebo Fang is stealth, and he's ready to just go hard into 3 people. The stun from Sejuani comes down, and Venom will take the...
Caitlyn whiff as well early on, not doing enough damage to pick up Sejuani.
Yep. Placebo Fang has the makings of his Bloodthirster. I believe he has enough...
running in, trying to pick up that...
Oh, but he's gonna go down to Chamond.
Drops the ult, and he's gonna die.
Nagrofire's in trouble here. Chamond is pretty fed right now. She's got that Bloodthirster and that Static Shiv. She's gonna be able to auto attack you down no matter who you are. Not even an Alistar with Unstoppable Force. So, Chamond is 7-2 right now, doing probably the best on her team. She's going to definitely be the target that GG Gaming wants to focus down first. Up top here, Placebo Fang is probably going to be the first person to hit level 18. His farm is pretty good. Almost as good as Lux's. And, oh, excuse me, almost as good as Draven's. Draven's the farm king right now. And Caitlyn's been keeping up with him pretty well.
She's been able to get the kills overall more than anything, which I think is better better for gold in terms of just straight CS.
Right.
Again, she is 7-2, and she does have Static Shift. She's picking up another pickaxe just to do more damage.
I think she's going to be getting that Infinity Edge next, or possibly a Last Whisper. Will help her punch through the armor of that Sejuani.
That Sejuani is getting pretty beefy right now. What we need to see, in terms of right now for builds, is I'd rather see the Alistar pick up something that's going to benefit.
I hate to interrupt you, but everybody is converging on Placebo Fang here. He's going to try and blow up Shaman before he goes down. He's in the middle of 5 people. He will take the kill onto Shaman, but Lee Sin will end up finishing him off. This buys his team time to get that dragon uncontested, though.
And Rengar was able to pick up the legendary gold from Caitlyn as well, which is going to benefit the team overall.
Oh, that's an excellent point, yes. Extra 500 gold bounty.
And Blitzcrank arm does go out, not picking up anybody.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see Blitzcrank miss so much, but then again, you only really need to land that one grab that completely turns the game around. That mid tower is going to go down to Team GG, and we got a big team fight on our hands. Snagfire headbutting out Xiphos. Draven goes down, the Lux ult hits and picks up Xiphos. East Host gets killed by Draven, and now we've got the remains of Team Sloth Your Mom on the run here. Lux will grab the double kill on the Malzahar.
Picking up that Malzahar was glorious right there with that slow.
But Shemond is back here, and she's saying, "You will come no further. I will shoot anyone who trespasses on my property." Draven, though, does not get the hint and continues just attacking her non-stop. They're just trying to get some extra damage on that tower before they retreat.
We do see the Rengar ult coming off, and Shaman does pick up Draven. But again, she goes down to the Rengar.
Yeah. Rengar just has so much burst damage with the combination of his savagery ability and his little jump. It's pretty devastating. You can just blow up someone almost instantly. Have you ever wondered why Malzahar needs boots if he floats everywhere?
I imagine that for a lot of champions, but you gotta realize that Riot has this ability to make champions that float, fly, or in other terms are in planes, but have the slowest move speed, something I will never grasp.
Yeah, why can't he also go over terrain?
I don't know. They should make a champion that does have that ability. Take hints, Riot. Take hints.
I think they did. It's Lee Sin.
He doesn't see walls, so he can go over them.
No. Walls are
When you
not a
see
thing to Lee
Rengar
Sin.
looking at this awfully pasty
Very
Caitlyn,
true.
and
his
he is ulting,
stealth,
and he's gonna escape.
he's gonna have to use that stealth to escape. My god, that stealth lasts forever. 7
Lee Sin
seconds of
is
stealth.
gonna go in on him. He does land. He gets the slow. And the suppress comes out from Malzahar, and the Teemo just comes up and takes him with the poison, being OP as all little Yorls are.
But Shaman caught out in a bad spot. She got stunned by the ult from Sejuani. TXT gets pulled by Blitzcrank, and Xiphos is actually taking the brunt of damage from that. East Host also going down. He's dropping really low.
And we do see that Lux ult come out and pick up that Blitzcrank. Sejuani picking up the Lee Sin. And we might see a second inhibitor tower soon.
Yeah, I think we will. We've got GG Gaming just knocking at the door. Big damage onto East Host, and he is one shot by Crown 2. Stunned in place by that light binding from Lux. They could actually dive that Malzahar if they want, because his ultimate is down, and it's going to be down for another 25 seconds. And Crown 2 will get the hint.
Pick it up for the ace.
And that is the ace onto
and that's the
Team
tower
Sloth Your Mom.
And we are going to see the inhibitor. We see Caitlyn coming back, but I don't think she's going to be able to stop this.
This is going to be at least one inhibitor for Team GG Gaming. I think we got pings going down to the other one.
For the next one as well.
Yeah, they might be too low
armor,
though.
She doesn't care, but the crits are coming off to hit to Draven right now. The Caitlyn ult does come out. The binding comes out from Lux, stopping their push. It does look like it is gonna be Alistar falling to Caitlyn.
That she will. Ganondormic stands in a Lux ult, but Lux gets grabbed by Xiphos again as Teemo kills Draven. And it's now Teemo versus the world here, but oh no, there's Placebo Fang. Ready to put a stop to his shenanigans.
Lux
TXT
is going to go down. No, she's not. She does have that shield. The poison and the Leandries were not enough.
As we said before, that Lux shield is so good against damage over time effects because it does reapply and refresh twice.
We did just have the Malzahar ult come up on Rengar, and just not being able to do enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not enough.
Pick up the inhibitor.
Germanorum is going to get dropped really low, but I don't think she's in danger of dying. I don't think Venom's going to be able to get another spell onto her and finish her off, so she's just going to escape. Take a look at the gold. It is now Team GG Gaming that is 13k up on Sloth Your Mom. And they also have 15 more kills and 4 more turrets. This is looking pretty heavily in favor of GG Gaming. It's just a question of when they will be able to end the game. Possibly might go for a Baron soon. They'd definitely be in a good position to do that.
Another thing we see a lack thereof in a majority of the games that I've casted so far for these tournaments is wards. One team always has the majority, and so far it looks like GG Gaming does have the ward control. They were able to pick up that early game Ruby Sightstone, and he's just been laying down the pinks for Baron for a while now.
That's true. And they've also been really good at picking up oracles as well. I've seen the oracles on Sejuani right now. I've seen it on Rengar throughout the course of the game. Sifos actually has one. That's also very good, because they definitely needed to spot out that Rengar when he stealths.
And we do have another dragon coming out in for purple team.
Yeah, I think GG Gaming has controlled every dragon of this game. And Ganodermic looks to be in trouble here as Germanorm steps on that Teemo Shroom. And I think that GG Gaming is preparing to position themselves for Baron. Or they might just hide in that bush and wait for the enemy team to walk into them. But no, they're just going to go right to Baron and try to burn it down.
Over the Baron, they are going to be able to pick it up. I don't think Sloth Your Mom even has the slightest idea that that is what's currently going on. Again, they don't have any of the ward vision that they need. They have Teemo Shrooms, but Teemo Shrooms only reveal so much.
Yeah. This is not looking good for Team Sloth Your Mom. I think, though, they know where the enemy team has been. You see someone off the map for this long in the game, you know they're at Baron. But there's nothing that they can do to stop it. Ganodermic in trouble, but he scoots away from the danger.
And they're picking up the bot turret, and it's going to look like a push for the inhibitor bot turret as well here.
Yeah, Team Sloth Your Mom is caught between a rock and a hard place here, as every other lane is pushing, and now GG Gaming is knocking at their third inhibitor tower. Germanorm steps in a trap and is forced to retreat under pain of tower bolts. And we have the makings of a good team up. Pulverize hits 3 people as Negrofire is being attacked by the turret. The Draven ult, the Lux ult go down, take down lots of people. Placebo dropping low, will get killed by Caitlyn. And now it is Chamon's turn to eat some dirt.
And that's GG.
That is GG.
Picking up both the towers, and here comes the Nexus.
Towers, Nexus. That's the end of that. And Germanorm decides to solo the fountain. Why not? It's the last thing on the map. Anyway. Okay. Gotcha. I really think the big playmakers in that game were, as the chat has pointed out many times, that Sejuani and Lux, played by Germanorm and TXC. Between them, they've scored about 20 kills, and they've been a part of many assists. And Germanorm actually got through that game without even dying once, so started out a little bit behind, but really became a force to be reckoned with by the time the late game rolled around. And on the side of Sloth Your Mom, Chamond was playing extremely well on that Caitlyn, going toe-to-toe with the enemy Draven, who, despite having a little bit more crowd control on his team, she still managed to pick up those kills, played extremely well. Overall, I want to congratulate Sloth Your Mom and GG Gaming for participating in the tournament. Sloth Your Mom, we hope to see you next time. GG Gaming, best of luck as you continue through the tournament.